Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'd like to talk about the two schools of thought from the Silver Era in regards to gaining muscular size. In a recent article, I read about the Silver Era methods for lean bulking. However, during this Silver Era, one of the most popular methods for also gaining strength and size was to use the milk and squat method as advocated by Mark Berry. Indeed, the method was successful, and even John Grimmick used the method himself. However, not all bodybuilders agreed with the method because it meant forcing the body to grow, and this undoubtedly led to the body accumulating some fat. For some bodybuilders, this was an acceptable sacrifice for the benefits of muscular gains outweighed the cons of gaining a little fat around the waist. However, for other bodybuilders, this was completely unacceptable, and for these bodybuilders, lean bulking was their only option. So today I'd like to present a lean bulk diet and routine from the Silver Era and compare it to the milk and squat diet. And I truly hope you enjoy this video. I've talked about the milk and squats method from the Silver Era several times, but here it is again. It involves performing the 20 rep squat supersetted with pullovers, and on top of that you would do some very basic compound movements such as the military press, the bench press and or dips, rows and or chin-ups, curls and calf work, and that's basically it. And you perform that 2 or 3 times a week whilst drinking, as the name suggests, a gallon of milk a day, so following the Go Mad diet. However, you're also basically supposed to eat everything that you see, including white bread, potatoes, peanut butter, the works, right? And so you do gain quite a lot in body weight and in strength. However, besides the gains in muscle, of course you're going to gain some fat, and it's ideal for beginners and hard gainers, especially people that are very underdeveloped or have had malnutrition in the past. And basically you get really big all over. However, as I mentioned earlier, you do accumulate a bit of fat around the waist. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the article, for some bodybuilders the milk and squat method was completely unacceptable because it threw off the aesthetics of the physique. It basically meant that you forced your body to grow and you forced your body to gain weight no matter what. Now, after reading this article, however, I did pull out the lean bulking diet and routine, which is what some bodybuilders followed, for example, such as George's Bullinger here, who shows a phenomenal physique. I mean, as I call him, he's like the Frank Zane of the Silver Era. I mean, you can see this physique is statuesque. I mean, damn, it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. So George's Bullinger, like many other Silver Era bodies that didn't follow the milk and squat method, they actually follow the lean bulking diet and routine as follows. They would eat lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. Of course, they would have lots of animal protein sources such as milk and eggs, but not to the point of overeating like it was done in the milk and squat method. I mean, in the milk and squat method, you're supposed to work up to 4 gallons, to a full gallon of milk a day, or 4 liters of milk, which really is force feeding yourself. And it also involved eating high quality food such as whole grains. So we're talking about high quality food, fresh fruits and vegetables, good protein sources and whole grains, not things like white bread and lots of starches like potatoes, etc., etc. It really was a moderate but natural and whole nutritious food diet. Now the routine, of course, the Silver Era bodybuilders who followed lean bulking would follow a full body routine. However, because the idea of lean bulking is also to keep your symmetry and your aesthetics, these are very important principles. Not only are all muscles stimulated using the full body routine, the most important thing here that I want to emphasize is that all muscles need to be stimulated, but if there are any lagging body parts, these need to be specialized. So having again the idea of aesthetics and symmetry in mind with lean bulking, Besides following full body routine as example here, where you would do all sorts of presses, bench presses, military presses, whether it's with a dumbbell or a barbell, all kinds of squats, curls, so rowing motions, abdominal work was very important in lean bulking to keep the waist trim and muscularized. Performing neck exercises, lateral raises. Now lateral raises were grouped together, so we had the exercises that were grouped together as lateral raises as a name in the Silver era were both dumbbell lateral raises to the front, to the side, to the rear for deltoids, but lateral raises were also the name for chest flies performed on a flat bench, on an incline, or on a decline. So these were actually termed lateral raises. Deadlifts were also performed, lots of forearm work and calf work. So you can see it's truly a full body routine, not as abbreviated as the milk and squat training routine, which still was full body, but not as well-rounded as the lean bulking full body routine. And on top of that, specialization was the key. If any of the body parts were lagging, it was recommended that you would specialize in this particular body part. For example, if your legs were lagging behind, you would perform 3 to 4 exercises on top of your squats. So for example, performing the back squat, leg presses, front squats, straddle squats, hack squats, and even performing iron boot exercises. You would truly have to specialize in that body part to keep the symmetry and aesthetics. And speaking of specialization, if you're interested in learning some of the Silver era specialization courses that Silver era bodybuilders used, you can check out some of my books online. For example, from Steve Reeves, I've got How I Developed Broad Shoulders, How I Developed My Waist by Steve Reeves. I've got Reg Park courses as well, for example, How to Build Bigger Arms, both all available actually on www.goldenerabookworm.com. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video comparing the two schools of thought in regards to gaining muscular size in the Silver era. And I'd like to leave you with a question: which would you prefer? Would you prefer, if you were looking at gaining muscular size and strength, to perform the lean bulking routine and diet, or to take the milk and squat method? Which would you prefer? Which do you likely side with which kind of program? It'd be interesting to hear your comments. If you like this video, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm, leave me a comment, and thank you for watching. If you'd like to support my work, please donate via PayPal or become a patron, and you can visit my website www.goldenerabookworm for old school bodybuilding courses and books. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. Again, leave me your comments. Which do you prefer, lean bulking or milk and squat? That's it for me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.
Hi everybody, I just want to recommend this phenomenal book, Vince's Secret Locker, volume number 2 by Carl Coyne. I've been looking at this for about 4 weeks and I can't put it down. If you get a chance, check it out. He also has a part 1 that I highly recommend also. Vince was the trainer to the stars and had an amazing, interesting gym that today there's still not equipment like it around. It was all made out of wood. He'll be on our radio show coming up probably in the next couple weeks or so. Have a great day, and again, highly recommend this book.